Guys, Thunderbolts Asterisk is a serious movie that is about serious things. That is seriously a great movie and is probably one of the best of the year. This is a movie that you should take seriously because it has an important, serious message that it wants to deliver to you. This isn't your typical Marvel movie where you've seen it all before. This isn't the Marvel movie of the last few years where it's bad, it's bland, it doesn't have anything unique to offer, it doesn't have characters where you're going, well, who the fuck is this person? This is a movie about mental health. And any mental health, not one specific one, where you go, well, that doesn't relate to me. This is about all mental health. This is about all people. And this is a movie that all people can relate to. Interesting characters, interesting director, interesting writing, strong across the board, no humour, serious, dark, grounded. Wants you to take away from it the serious message that it is delivering, that mental health is a serious problem in our society. You shouldn't allow corporate hacks to take advantage of you. You should unite with your friends and family, and you should talk about your issues because that will help you overcome the battles that you are facing. That is the message of this movie, and it isn't bogged down by your usual standard Marvel issues. A bad director, a bad writer, jokes that don't land. None of that stuff is here. This is top tier filmmaking. This is one of the best of the year. Great actors, great characters, writers that, really care about what they're doing. A director who is painstakingly directing a movie like a captain of a ship. That is everything that's going on here. And what else could you expect from directors and writers and composers and production designers that all came from the school of A24? The writers and director of Beef, the composers of Everything Everywhere All at Once, the editor of Minari, the production designer of Hereditary, the cinematographer of The Green Knight, really experienced people who are really putting on a show in this film and are delivering groundbreaking new techniques, new ways of making a film in Thunderbolts Asterisk. Unique original shots, unique original takes on mental health, unique ways of directing a film, original music, music that captures the soul, not music that guides you through the film and tells you how to feel in every available scene, but music that interjects and sort of soothes you or builds tension at just the right moment. Not constantly, not something that is consistently in the background in every waking moment of a film. This isn't that kind of film. This is music that doesn't overstay its welcome, that understands it's a part of the film, not the full film. This movie isn't giving you music and saying this music is here to tell you how to feel. This is music that understands that it's just simply a part of the experience. Because the real show is the actors, the director, the writers. Writers who are crafting an intelligent, crazy, creative, great story about mental health. What mental health? Not any mental health. Put aside your dismissive, discriminatory view that maybe you should pick a mental health issue and focus in on it. Why would we do that? When that could eliminate people and make them not feel heard in this Marvel movie. All mental health issues should be covered in a 2-hour, 6-minute runtime of the movie Thunderbolts Asterisk. This is a great movie that I fully recommend you rush out and see right now. When you look at a film that is attempting to deliver a message, oftentimes those films aren't able to land the ending. In this film, it does completely. It delivers a heartwarming message about mental health and how it's important to have friends and family covet you and surround you with love And there is no other way of making it out without those around you there to listen and to talk to each other about your issues. But also remember that even though it is important to talk and to be honest about your feelings, and even if those feelings are bad, to let other people in, let people know. Also remember that you shouldn't let that sense of honesty overcome your sense of ambition. Get yourself ahead. Use manipulative opportunities to get yourself ahead if that is what is necessary. Because why would you be honest about everything? Be honest about your mental health, but don't be honest about everything else. Because it is important for your mental health that you seize every opportunity that you possibly can. Like a Venus flytrap. It's not your responsibility to care about other life around you. It is your responsibility to care about your mental health and to make sure that you do the best for your mental health. Like surrounding yourself with other people who are honest. But also remember that whilst I talk about all this stuff, remember to live your life with a sense of humour. Because you can be serious. You can, talk about your mental health. You can talk about the issues you have. You can be honest when you need to. You can be not honest when you need to as well. But remember, it's all just about joshing around at the end of the day. Don't go through life without being able to have a joke. Give and take a joke here and there. Hey, why did the chicken cross the road? Oh, to get to the other side. Knock, knock, who's there? That sort of thing. It's important to have a joke. And if your friend is telling you about their mental health struggles, listen. Have a conversation with them. And then as soon as the conversation is over, hit them with a zinger. A real funny zinger. Hey, didn't see that one coming right there. What, you want to kill yourself? Well, you're never going to guess what I've got to say about a refrigerator running. Because they're going to appreciate that. That's what you need out of life, of course. How else is a friend meant to recover from their dissociative identity disorder unless you hit them with a dad joke? Like, come on, man. What about a blonde joke every now and then? Yeah, they've got schizophrenia and occasionally believe that there's a man living in the wall of their house. But they also need to hear hit jokes from you about how bad their hairline is. Because that's what they need out of life. How else are they going to be able to, not take themselves too seriously? So remember, keep it serious. Don't keep it that serious. And finally, remember, it's important to be honest. It's important to embrace who you are. And it's important to build a support network around yourself. But you also, if need be, should forget yourself and embrace a new identity of those around you. But you should also, if necessary, drop your own identity and just steal someone else's identity, if need be, to get ahead. Because sometimes that is all that is necessary. Because once again, it is your mental health that is the most important. Think about your mental health. What does your mental health need? It needs to be at the top. How do you get to the top? By saying you're John when really you're James. That is what is necessary. So don't you sit there and worry about the morality or the ethics of lying about that. Just say you're someone else. So yes, all in all, Thunderbolts, the greatest movie of the year, really lives up to the A24 mantra that it put in its trailer. There isn't, any of that typical joshing around, he's behind me sort of jokes of your Marvel movies from yesteryear. This isn't about that. This is a serious mental health themed movie And you can see that on show. I recommend you rush out, get in your car, speed 70 miles down the motorway, find your nearest cinema. Jump the line, do whatever it is you need to do to get to the front, grab a ticket, get in there, and find out what it is about mental health that you need to know from this movie. Because this movie has it. It knows what you need to do to fix your mental health. Which one? It's not going to tell you. Because that will be discriminatory. This is about all mental health. So that's my review of this film. Oscar nomination on the way. Who for? What for? Everything. Composer, writer, production design, director, acting, best supporting actor, everything. So that's all I have to say about this movie, because I could never criticize a movie like this, because it has the right idea. It knows what we need out of society, and that is serious conversations about mental health. Eliminate jokes from these conversations. That isn't what we need. We need serious conversations, biting conversations that understand how to get to the crux of the matter. But then, 30 seconds after you finish that conversation, hit them with a zinger. Just, they weren't expecting that. You got them there. Rush out and see this movie right now. That's all I can say about this movie. Great movie. Really recommend it. Really impressed. Wow. What a film. 10 out of 10. 5 stars on Letterboxd. Movie of the year. Movie of the decade. Century. Hey. These are important topics that we need to talk about. And I appreciate that. So, that's where we're going to end it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. These are serious topics. Rush out. Go and see it now.